You're in my hunting ground.
Every second counts, especially when you can go back to fix the mistakes of the past. That's what Ekko from League of Legends has been doing for the last 8 years since he was introduced to the game. But now, things are about to become much more personal in Convergence, a League of Legends story. If you're looking to jump into this time-bending platformer but aren't familiar with Ekko, you're in luck. We've traveled through multiple timelines to find out everything there is to know about the boy who shattered time. Don't blink, or you might miss it. Presented by Riot Forge. When Ekko was introduced into the world of Runeterra, it was as the boy who shattered time. A genius tinkerer and inventor, Ekko created an incredible device called the Zero Drive, which allows him to travel back in time whenever he chooses. Taking to this incredible new power like a duck to water, he strives to protect his friends and family from harm while seeking to elevate the downtrodden city of Zaun, his birthplace and home. Ekko was first introduced to League of Legends in 2015, has been featured as a prominent part of Legends of Runeterra, and now Convergence, the new 2D platformer action game from Double Stallion Games. In all of these appearances, Ekko's ability to manipulate time with a Zero Drive defines his skills, movement, and attacks. Ekko also featured prominently in the Netflix animated series Arcane, during a time before he had constructed the Zero Drive.
That was a long time ago. People change.
Convergence is an all-new tale that stars Ekko as he tries to take down a group of Chembarons in order to save his beloved city. Ekko has the power to rewind time at will. This allows him to undo mistakes and approach any given situation knowing that he can achieve the ideal outcome, so long as his body can sustain the energy required to relive the same moment multiple times. While Ekko tries moments over and over again, outside observers simply perceive him acting with perfect precision. Ekko is incredibly powerful when armed with a Zero Drive, but will that power be enough to protect the city from those who would use it for their own gain?
Let's see how inventive you really are.
If you're familiar with Ekko's previous in-game appearances, you'll recognize his abilities in Convergence, as they've been brought to this new style of game to honor the character's history. Here are Ekko's top 5 abilities in Convergence. As was shown in the original character reveal trailer for Ekko titled Seconds, Ekko can rewind time in combat to avoid taking damage, or while platforming and running across walls in order to avoid the many pitfalls and dangers of Zaun. You can use these time manipulation abilities to go back and execute any given encounter perfectly once you know how enemies will react to Ekko's attacks and movement. When attacking enemies at range, Ekko throws a device called a Time Winder to damage them before he recalls the device back to his hand using time manipulation. While he wears it as a fashionable belt buckle, the Time Winder can also give power to certain machines and obstacles throughout Zaun. Ekko can interact with alternate versions of himself from different timelines, known as afterimages. By using his Chrono Break ability, Ekko can flash back to where his afterimage is, allowing him to avoid the dangers in front of him, while also dealing massive damage at the site where he and his afterimages converge. With parallel convergence, Ekko can create slowdown fields that affect enemies, projectiles, or objects in the world. This is a critical ability that allows Ekko to deal with large groups of enemies, as his temporal immunity lets him move at real time through the slowdown field. In League of Legends, this field is created by one of Ekko's afterimages, stretching through time to help him out. This ability, instead of slowing or rewinding time, allows Ekko to move with incredible speed using his phase dive. Ekko warps reality to instantly teleport towards his targets and attack. But this isn't just an attack, as it can also be a means of instant short distance travel when out of combat as well. Ekko grew up on the streets of Zaun, where his parents toiled away in factories for a meager wage in order to provide for him. Zaun is an undercity district, built across the valleys and canyons that lie underneath the prosperous city of Piltover above. When Ekko sees his friends and fellow Zaunites, he wants better for their future as proud citizens of Zaun who may one day live without fear of being overworked for the profits of those living above them. When Ekko discovers the organized crime efforts of the Chembarons, he must work with his friends to keep their city safe. Alliances will be tested, and Ekko may come to realize that he can't trust as many people as he thought, not even himself.